more education among young people between the ages of 15 and 24 years about HIV and AIDS, chronic disease, substance abuse, teenage pregnancy is needed. That's according to the speakers at the Child Protection Week program held in Phatsima in the Northwest. Our reporter Refiloe Seboko joins us now for the latest. Refiloe, a lot of speakers stating out what needs to be done. What's been happening so far?
Well, what's been happening so far, we see some engagement and dialogues that has been happening here. Deputy Minister of Department of Social Development, Deputy Minister Henrietta Bokopani-Zulu, engaging with the kids here in Phatsima in trying to find out their challenges when it comes to issues of substance abuse, issues of bullying at school, issues of, education when it comes to sex education in particular. And allow me to welcome, she is my guest today together with Sana, but I'll start with you, Deputy Minister. Thank you so much and welcome to Newzroom Afrika. You were having, a chat, Libo Chomi, about their challenges, and what is it that you were able to pick up from the dialogue that you just had with them, in particular issues of sex education, in particular issues of substance abuse?
I think it's very important for us to, good afternoon South Africa, it's important for us to understand that a lot of children are exposed to sex on television. They watch pornography on their phones. The biggest challenge is that there's no one to actually talk them through what they have seen. Instead of us talking them through, we actually start telling them how wrong it was. And so at the end of the day, children try, and they don't have some adults that can usher them through life. We've also seen issues around children being 11, 12, 13, who say they've never heard anything about sex. So it says a lot about whether the life orientation subject is actually doing what we intended it to do. Because a lot of the children actually says, look, we don't know anything about sex. There are obviously those that are lying, but the others are very genuine. So it should concern and worry us to say that where are we actually investing our money? The issue of fatherlessness, it's real. It hurts children a lot. The issues of mothers not wanting to talk to children about who their fathers are is hurting and causing a lot of pain, especially for boys. The girls become, bottled up, but the boys become very angry, and that's what we saw today. Children are exposed to drugs. There's a lot of new drugs that I've learned from the children, and but also children are exposed to drugs in the family. Above all, what we have learned is that some of our programs are not actually doing. 95% of children here have met alcohol in the home, and they have been introduced to alcohol by their fathers, by their mothers, which is the parents. So nothing wrong with giving a child alcohol to drink. So when we now at that stage where it's okay for us to give our children alcohol, then when we talk about underage drinking, then where must that program happen? It must happen inside the house, inside the family. And because the ones happening at school, that's not where the children meet. But also as South African adults, they're not for sale to children under the age of 18. It's just a slogan. Because children are telling us everywhere. We were in Fixback yesterday on Show Me, as we have celebrate Child Protection Week. And children were saying the same thing. That no, we send adults who go inside, buy the alcohol and give us. What kind of adults have we become that sees nothing wrong in children standing outside the tavern, giving you money, buy me this, buy me that. You go in as an adult, you buy it, you give it to the children, and they go and drink.
I want to ask about, the program Chomi also focuses on protecting kids and also making sure that they have a safe space to talk about their fears and some of the things that they do. How should that be done? How should the conversation be like from adults to kids to create a safe space for them to speak about these things?
It's important that adults don't impose their ideas on children. When you work with children, you need to create the environment of trust. Firstly, we shouldn't be like saying to children, you must do this, you must do that, you must do that. That is what the authoritative aspect needs to be relaxed. You need to come down to the children's level so that the children can adjust and be able to trust you. And when children trust you, the children trust you also with what it is that they are unable to talk about to adults. But when you start as an adult that are telling the children, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, you are actually pushing children to doing everything that you said to them is wrong. So it's important that as adults, we become children. That's the first rule. You remember yourself when you were 10, like to me it's 10 to 14-year-old girls and boys. Take yourself back that journey and think about what are the things that you were doing. That is why in Chomi we have a lot of dancing. It's hard. We talk about very hard things, painful things. There's a lot of tears. But at the same time, we play, we dance, but also we open cases as DSD. We evaluate our services to children. A lot of the children are orphans, but we don't even know that. Some of them we know the social worker went once. Others, they're not orphans because the parents died. They are orphans because the mother has gone with boyfriend Wewe and the father has gone with girlfriend Wewe and they never get to see their kids.
Thank you so much. But let me welcome also from SANEC to tell us about infections. Chomi also focuses into issues of infections of HIV and AIDS, mobile. Those infections, what are you picking up as SANEC, infections of HIV and AIDS in that age group of kids?
Thank you so much, Refiloe, and good afternoon to the beloved country. As SANEC, we are very much pleased with the progress that is being made by the country. In terms of the infection rate, you might have listened to the Deputy President of the country in the budget vote and his capacity as a chairperson of SANEC, alluding that the infections are going spiral down, which is very pleasing to the country, and it shows the positivity that the young people are responding to the messages that are being given to them. You will remember that last year, we have launched a new HIV prevention strategy in Mudabula village in Malamulele. So I think the strategy is doing so well. Our implementing partners, government departments, civil society, they internalize the messages and they make sure that all sectors are receiving the messages, particularly for adolescents and young people in our country.
And for those that, when you look at some of the factors that some would say we are worried that there are such infections in kids, and when one would say they haven't engaged in sexual activities as yet because of their young age. But are you having something that is of great concern for you as SANEC about infections?
Very true. The concern will always be there until we win the battle. So what we are trying is to strengthen to all partners, government, civil society and business, to make sure that everybody must come on board, because it is not only the responsibility of Department of Health to make sure that infections are reduced. So we call upon all government departments, everybody, civil society, faith-based organization, so that we can work on this issue. So with all the strategies that we have put in place, we believe that young people are responding positively to it.
Thank you so much for your time, Solingo Veni, Clement, together with our viewers from SANEC. This program, Chomi, focuses also on issues of infection of HIV and AIDS. People, or rather children or young people between the age of 14 and 25, that more education needs to be there. But he's also saying that they are happy as SANEC that they've been able to, there's been progress in terms of reduction of infections. But the Deputy Minister highlighting that some of the factors that are of great concern in communities that are affecting kids is the absence of some of their parents, and also issue of alcohol that they are accessing through parents, bullying as well, and how much it's important that kids are being protected and make sure that they have a safe space for them to be able to speak about their fears, their challenges, and their voices to be heard.